You know, it's just not clearing it up, is it? That's the truth of it.
It's made it more muddy.
Yeah,
it really has, because if that,
we are stuck in the mud.
If that Garnacho one was given without VAR, I don't think many Arsenal fans would have complained about it, and they would have went, oh, it's kind of, with the naked eye looking at that. We've been watching the replays. That looks onside. It's only when you slow it down. It's
so quick. It happens so quick. And actually, when you look at the linesman, he just runs. He just like assumes it's onside.
Yeah.
And he's running back to see what happens at the goal mouth. You know, it's, as you say, the VAR. Let's take grey areas. You want to take grey areas out of the game. Okay, that's what it was brought in for. It hasn't. It's actually created more grey.
Well, this is it. Slats has got involved on the text line on 81089. He said, VAR is awful. Before VAR, you get some decisions for you and some against you. It's the same with VAR now. It's no different. The outcome is from the same incidents every single week.
No, but the difference is you get a Man United fans celebrating, thinking they've scored the goal, right? Because there's no offside flag gone up. And there's all that joy and the beauty of the game gone now because you get a rewind.
Absolutely.
And we never had that before VAR. We never had the rewind.
I love that you're talking about a rewind. It sounds like you're talking for a reload in a rave or something, Pardew.
Sorry, I don't know.
Pards wants a reload.
A reload.
Slats is right, though. What's the point of it without consistency? Great show. Thanks, Slats. This is the thing, like we said, the point of bringing in VAR was to just clear up the muddy water, and I think we are in the muddiest of waters we've ever been with football. And I agree with the outcome from the Arsenal fan who said that, look, some go for you, some go against you, and that's how it works. And I've seen that, and it does kind of balance itself out over a season. But like you said, when you're a United fan and you are celebrating that brilliant bit of play and get a great finish by Garnacho as well, you know, that should have been it. Game probably done. They will go back to Old Trafford elated. And now they're sitting in the bottom half of the table going in the international break with the pressure on the manager now. Yeah,
and with 3 defenders injured.
Well, the thing is, you pointed out as well, like bringing on Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire wasn't his biggest faux pas of the day, was it? It was he started the day on the wrong foot, didn't he, the manager?
You're talking about his outfit, yeah.
You noticed the outfit parts.
Well, it's just unusual to have that kind of combo. You know, he's got the shirt and the cardigan that's got a matching stripe on it. I thought at first it was a sponsorship thing. You know, somebody's sort of, you know,
what kind of sponsorship?
Give him a load of money to wear it, but it looked like British Home Stores to
British Home Stores?
Is that, you don't remember that?
I do remember it. Okay. I remember the one in Wood Green.
Anyway.
Right, let's head back over to the phone lines at 037. British Home Stores, you've thrown me. 03717 22 3344. Ali's a Manchester United fan. Good evening, Ali.
Yes, evening, boys. How are we doing?
Yes.
Hey, Ali.
You must be fuming.
Oh, mate, I'm fuming. But you know what? I'm hearing a lot of talk about VAR this, VAR that. But the truth is, look at the way United have started the season. Look against Wolves, look against Tottenham and the Forest. We're a joke. We don't have no style of play. We don't know what we're doing. We spit like the Van Gaal ball. Just get the ball and pass it around at the back and just pansy around at the back near the goal and tippy-tappy with no result. It's not going anywhere. So I don't understand what the manager's doing, and no one's calling out the manager. End of the day, the second season, he started off. I think this has got to be a really, really poor start in the recent history. It's a joke.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to say.
I mean, Ali, I would agree with you that the style of the side is a bit, I'm trying to fathom out exactly what they're going for here, because if you're going to hit teams on the break, and sometimes when you come up against a better team, you know, or a team that's really strong in the moment, then even the best team sometimes, you know, Mourinho's done it for years, hasn't he? You know, made a very very tight team and killed teams on the break. But Man United are not doing that. But you're not playing like Man City, you're not building up, or Brighton, you're not like, it doesn't look like you've got any rhythm into what you're actually doing. Would you agree with that?
I do agree. I agree 100%. But what I don't understand is Arteta's worked with Pep. He's clearly taken a few things from him, more than a few. Ten Hag worked with Pep. What's he taking from him? Nothing. Maybe what? His haircut. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's that a choice, Ali.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing. But what's he taking from him? There's nothing there. You know, I understand we've got some injuries, but how have we ended up with Maguire and Evans at the back?
Yeah, that's a big
United one watching right now. It's embarrassing.
That's a big the question there is how have you? It's no disrespect to Johnny Evans, who was a fantastic servant and a great player. for Manchester United. And
and a great person, actually.
But
he is a great guy.
Nearly 10 years ago, and then bring him back into the first.
Yeah, it doesn't, as you say. I think it was Jonathan who called earlier, or Danny, one of them two, saying, I remember him 10 years ago, 12 years. This is where Man United should be. Man United, the biggest club in the country, arguably, you would have to say. Their biggest fan base, the most history,
worth 10 billion according to the Glazers.
Yeah, exactly. They've put the price up 4 billion because they think the market's going to go that way. So suddenly they're not selling it, which is going to cause another lot of angst for the manager to deal with because the fans are not going to be happy. So there's a lot of problems at Man United that are just starting to assemble. And Ali's quite right. Style is one of them.
Ali, do you think that style question? Because I agree with you with the start of the season. There has been, and I was at the Spurs game where you lost 2-0, and you did.
Well, hold it. I want to rephrase that style. Not a style. A way of playing to win games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, in that game, they did have a lot of possession in the first half, and they should have put some chances away. But in the second half, it just, like you said, there was no penetration from Manchester United and that's always been your strong point.
Exactly. There's nothing. Usually we used to have amazing wing play, run down the wings, we'll make a chance, and it'll be an exciting game at least to watch. It's just the same old United, boring, no chances, you can't hold on to the ball. It's just there is no way of playing at all. If you look at every single game, there's been no progression this season.
So is the gaffer under pressure for you?
International break coming up. Why is he putting Højlund on the bench? Like, he's going to get a rest anyway for a couple of weeks now. Start him. Martial has never been at the block. He's been missing for a few years now. Why does he keep? I don't understand this manager anymore. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but really and truly, he's just won the League Cup. He's not done anything really amazing.
Thank you, Ali. There, he's got some. You mentioned that when we was watching the game that the League Cup definitely bought him some credit,
grace for sure. Yeah, it bought him some grace. But I've actually seen him at Ajax many times, and obviously I managed in that league, and he had a young team that was far superior to any other team in the division, barring maybe one or two. So most teams he could dominate with possession-based football, and two wingers that would cut in on their good foots would be on the wrong side, so there'd be a left footer on the right, etc. And that's how he's always done it at Ajax. And he's come here and he's doing the same here. But the Premier League is up, I have to tell you, 4 levels up from the Dutch league. I'll tell you that now, definitely. Right, it's a much higher, tougher league.
I've always wanted to know that because obviously having managed in both, you look at the Eredivisie, Ajax, PSV. There's
they're
couple.
Great clubs, right? There's 3 or 4 great clubs, but the rest of the league is like way back down.
Yeah.
You're talking about lower than the Championship or around the Championship, and but Ajax are a certain manner, certain play, certain formula that they play, and I don't think it translates here. I really don't, and I don't think it has.
Interesting stuff there from Pards. Just knowing the levels and qualities between the two leagues and trying to adapt that style in the Premier League. As Ali said,
and also the recruitment at Man United is questionable because for me, that club should have bought, and I know this is going to hurt you, Harry Kane. Nail it on. Should have been nailed on. Harry would have been the top goal scorer in the Premier League by now, or by the end of this season, above Shearer and everyone, and it would have been perfect for Man United.
But again, this is the Manchester United that we're dealing with now. That the fact of the matter is, if he went to Manchester United, he would not have been guaranteed to go and win something. He's talking about winning the Champions League with Bayern Munich. Manchester United ain't got a hope in hell of winning the Champions League. This might get clipped up in about 6 months and they might win the Champions League, but I don't think they will at the moment. They are well down the pecking order.
No, but that's why, in my opinion, that's their market. Harry Kane, Declan Rice.
Yeah, but that
200 million. Go and get them too.
That was their market. This isn't Manchester United of Alex Ferguson's year. So when these people are now growing up, it's like the reason why, obviously, Haaland had, family at Manchester City, etc.
These owners have taken, I don't know how much the dividend is now. I don't know. Like 400 million they've taken out of the football club, whatever they've done, right? Harry Kane, Declan Rice should be playing for Man United.
But the players themselves are looking at that and they're looking at the prospects of going to play for Arsenal where they were so close last year. Arteta with a real great bunch of lads there, that he could integrate into really quickly, which he's done.
No, it's different. Listen, in my opinion, I'm just saying.
I agree, but that's where Manchester United are now as a club.
And I look at them at the moment, young players, Højlund's come in, okay, but he's a young player. Okay, how long is it going to take him to settle? Is he going to hit the ground running like Haaland did? But, you know, he's a little bit older, Haaland. You know, I don't know whether they've got everything going right there. To me, it all looks a bit suspect for Man United.
A message here from Adam said, why are we talking about how bad Manchester United are doing rather than what a great win for Arsenal that is? That was a great win for Arsenal, Adam, absolutely right.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter remains now with Manchester United, and you're hearing from Ali and the rest of the fans there, the disappointment and the way that's switched in a second with the VAR decision, it's going to be really painful for Ten Hag to go into that international break. And we're asking ourselves now the question, and I'm asking Manchester United fans now, how far has the great Manchester United fallen where you're bringing on Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire? And it's no disrespect to either great footballer there, but you got one defender they wanted out the door and another defender that was there 10 plus years ago. It doesn't bode well for Manchester United. 03717 223344. Keep those calls coming in. Arsenal fans, ring us in, tell us how great your victory was. And Manchester United fans, where do you go from here? Let us know. It's the final word here on talkSPORT with Majestic and Alan Pardew.